A lot of people always ask me, Radice, what stocks should I invest in? What stocks are you looking for? Are you buying this? Are you doing that? In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly which stocks I'm heavily looking out for in 2019, as well as a few stocks that I want to research. So make sure at the end of the video, because these stocks that I want to research are stocks that I don't know much about, but I really want to get involved. So maybe that's something you also want to do. Before I get into my stock picks, I just want to say when I use stocks, I am a long-term investor. I'm not heavily invested in dividend stocks right now, but I definitely do want to diversify and I have a bunch of dividend stocks and maybe some dividend growth stocks. But right now, I'm a long-term investor. I have a few spec stocks and I don't have those reliable staple stocks just yet, but I am trying to diversify and grow my portfolio and make it as best as possible. So without further ado, let's get into the stocks that I'm going to be heavily eyeing in 2019 and for the rest of time, to be honest. I'm going to be eyeing these stocks heavily as long as I can unless something changes. Also, before I get into this, I just quickly want to say this is not financial advice. This is not anything like that. This is just my opinion, and this video should not be taken as financial advice. So don't try and copy my trades or my investments. Whatever that is, don't do that for anyone, okay? Not financial advice. To start off, Tesla stock. If you haven't already seen my Tesla stock video, go check it out. I in-depth break down Tesla stock, why I'm bullish. I literally break it down so well. I recommend you guys go check it out. But Tesla stock, Procter & Gamble, which this stock is going to be a protective stock, and I feel like this stock is a stock that is kind of recession proof in the fact that people need its products no matter what happens. So I think Procter & Gamble, will be a decent pick for me. Next up, I'm going to be talking about Disney, and I think Disney is another safe stock in the sense that they literally have been in the game and have been demolishing and dominating their industry by far. Think about Disney, guys. For as long as I can remember, Disney has been doing so well. They've been outperforming TV, movies, and their actual parks, their theme parks. I think Disney is a safe stock because realistically, think about it. Do you see Disney going out of business in like 40 years? Personally, I don't, because kids are always going to want to see a Disney movie, whether that be like, I don't know, like Disney princesses or whatever that looks like. Guys, Disney, in my opinion, is a safe stock for the future. Next up, we have Nintendo, and this actually kind of ties in with Disney in the sense that I feel like they're kind of safe. Think about it this way. From the DS to the GameCube to the Nintendo 64 to the Wii to the Wii U to the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo has been consistently just climbing up and up and up, beating its previous products. Like think about when the Wii came out and you can like hold your controller and like boom, tennis or like baseball and like basketball, like whatever that looks like. Now you can do it with the Switch. And imagine when like virtual reality comes out. And again, Disney owns, I believe, a third of Pokemon, which who does not know Pokemon? And they're just, in my opinion, a great brand, and they've just done a great job as a company. Next on my list is Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola is actually one of Warren Buffett's greatest holdings. And I mean, I feel like that in itself just says a lot. Again, that doesn't mean I'm copying Warren Buffett. I have done a decent amount of research, but Coca-Cola is just a good dividend-paying stock. It's just an amazing company. I believe, and don't quote me on this, but I believe they are the most recognized brand ever. I believe. I could be wrong, but I think that is the case. After that, we have DocuSign. And if you don't know what DocuSign is, it's basically where you can sign like forms and you can sign stuff online. As a realtor, well, a realtor to be, I should say, I've been told that DocuSign is a lifesaver. And I seriously think that in the future, you won't be having to sign forms in person on paper. I think it will completely be online. And it's just a PDF. And again, there are a few other companies that do what DocuSign does, like Authentisign and stuff like that. But I personally think that DocuSign is like the best of the best. But again, it is something that I would like to do more research on its competitors. But as far as the company goes, there was a problem, they had the solution. So I really like DocuSign. Next up, we're going to be talking about an IPO. And usually I don't like to look at IPOs just because IPOs are usually overhyped. And I can maybe make a whole new video on that. If that's something you want to see, leave a comment down below. But other than that, Beyond Meat is the IPO that I'm referring to. And this is actually a vegan meat company. And I personally think that veganism is going to grow exponentially. And I think I would say maybe like the year 2030, I would say vegans are going to be like 25%. And again, these are just random numbers. Like there's no facts behind this. But in my opinion, I honestly think that vegans will, I feel like eventually there will be 50-50 vegans and non-vegans. Because if you think about it, like, think about 10 years ago how many vegans you knew, and think about how many vegans you know now. It's honestly crazy. So a vegan meat company will obviously be exploding in business. So again, that's my reasoning on Beyond Meat. Also, going back to Coca-Cola, I actually have orange juice right now, which is right beside me, and the company that owns this is actually Coca-Cola. So again, similar to Coca-Cola, I'm also looking at PepsiCo, and these two companies don't only make Coke and Pepsi, they're actually extremely diversified. I know Pepsi makes the naked fruit smoothies, which if you follow me on Instagram, which I strongly recommend you do, you would see that recently I've been drinking those a lot. And again, those are owned by PepsiCo. This is owned by Coca-Cola. So it's not just Coke and Pepsi. They are well diversified brands. Well, now that we talked about stocks that I'm for sure going to be eyeing down, let's talk about some stocks that I want to do some research on. And these stocks consist of, okay, hold on. First of all, this may set some people off, and I have been kind of iffy about this type of stock, but Aurora Cannabis, which is a weed stock, and maybe I'll make a video on weed stocks, but personally, I don't like to invest in weed stocks right now. But again, Aurora Cannabis is something that I would consider researching and looking into just because the weed industry is for sure going to grow. That's not a question. It's just these companies that I'm iffy about. And I don't know, maybe Aurora Cannabis will be a good company to invest in. I definitely want to do my research and my due diligence on that. And again, I recommend you do your due diligence and your research on all of these companies before you invest in them. Another one is Costco, and this is another recession-proof company. And I think that Costco is a great company. They have a bunch of bulk foods, whether that be like any type of foods. They do clothing, they do appliances, they do furniture, books. They basically do everything. They're basically Walmart, but a more bulk version. So you usually get stuff cheaper because you buy it in bulk. They do a bunch of stuff, and I think that's a good recession-proof company because they also are on the e-commerce wave. They are also online, and I seriously think that Costco won't go down in a recession. I think they'll actually do even better because people are going to want to buy stuff in bulk. Think about that. Next up, we have Heinz, and recently Heinz took a huge hit because they dropped their dividend and their financials aren't too good. But I don't know. Maybe this dip could be a buying opportunity, but I mean, I know they make ketchup. I mean, I'm not too sure about their company. I think they also own like Quaker Oats. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. That could be General Mills. But yeah, they do own like ketchup. I mean, who hasn't seen Heinz ketchup, right? They probably do the mustard and the mayo. They probably do a bunch of condiments, but yeah, that company recently took a hit. I do want to do more research on them. Next up, we have Enbridge, and this is, I believe, a Canadian stock, but these guys, I think they do the electricity for like your home, so they're a utility company, and I think it will help me diversify my portfolio. And I think this is also a good dividend stock, and they are recession-proof because in a recession, don't you think that Enbridge is going to need customers and people are going to need electricity? Also, I did talk to one of my friends recently, and I think he mentioned that Enbridge contracts are usually super long-term. So if you're a customer of Enbridge, you're basically stuck in long-term. Next up is Texas Instruments, and these guys basically make calculators and other stuff like that. And I mean, I really want to do my research because think about it this way. Are people really going to be using calculators, or are they going to be using their phones, and are they just going to get the calculator app? I mean, I don't know. But again, Texas Instrument 100% probably diversifies. The one thing I will say is, in school, you can't really say, oh, this is my calculator, and bring it into an exam or something like that. You do need an actual calculator. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it will be a stock that turns out to be good, and I will invest in them. Next up, we have PayPal. And I mean, PayPal speaks for itself. Elon Musk and everyone else, Peter Thiel, everyone else that founded PayPal, genius idea, literally destroyed the need for a bank. Well, I mean, kind of, but I mean, online transactions, that's something that's definitely going to be growing exponentially, similar to cryptocurrency, but I mean, I don't really do crypto, and maybe I'll make a video on that as well. But PayPal, for me, that seems like a decent buy. I just want to do some more research on the company, find out their financials. I think they don't pay a dividend, so I mean, I don't know about that. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much all the stocks that I'll be kind of looking at or researching for now. Obviously, this list is only going to grow exponentially as I start to invest more, as I start to diversify more. But as of right now, that is my list. And here's a bonus one. Johnson & Johnson is also something that I want to research. But yeah, they recently got hit for using asbestos in their products, and apparently they knew about it and didn't disclose it or something like that. But Yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the stocks that I'm into. Let me know down below in the comments, what stocks are you guys looking into investing? What are you watching? What are you looking to research? Let me know down below. I'm always down to hear about it. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And until next time, see you later, guys. Thank you so much for watching.